The ambassador has been clear. His clarity of voice, unwavering, has been very clear. Every hostage should be returned home and Hamas should be destroyed. There is no backing down from that. We're losing you here in this city and in this country as the ambassador. You've been an ambassador for peace. I know your wife and family is happy to have their husband again. But I want to thank you.
I'm not so happy to leave your seat.
I want to thank you for the inspiration you have shown me. Every time we've met, every time we stood together, every time we fought together, we have been partners in this pursuit to say our city, our country has no room for hate.
But it's an honor to be here. You know, we live in a world where pro-Israel advocacy is not for the faint of heart. You know, it requires moral clarity in a world of confusion. It requires moral courage in a world of cowardice. And there is nothing faint-hearted about Gilad. He is fearless. He's forceful. You have been a warrior for your people in their moment of greatest need, and that to me is the greatest public service that you can perform. And so I join everyone here in saluting the legacy that you leave behind.
During my 4 years, I also achieved many, thank God, accomplishments. I had the pleasure of seeing Israel being successfully accepted to the American visa waiver program, something I initiated during my tenure in Washington. We brought delegations of UN ambassadors to Israel and witnessed how they understood better, not enough by the way, but better, our values and our challenges in our region. I led events that exposed UN member states to Israeli innovation, inventions, and creativity, demonstrating time and again that we are a startup nation and that Israel is not the problem. Israel is a country of solutions. Thank God I also passed an important General Assembly resolution against Holocaust denial, the second ever Israel-led resolution that passed in the United Nations. I was even elected as Vice President of the UN General Assembly to the disappointment of some. Iran and its proxies are threatening to attack us from every direction. Those who try to hurt us should know that we will not be deterred. They must know that they will pay a heavy price, and our long arm will reach them everywhere, everywhere. Even today, as Iran openly threatens to punish Israel, the UN is silent once again. Iran has understood this silence as giving it a green light to carry on its preparations to attack millions of Israelis, millions that are waiting right now. The UN's current silence on Iran is reminiscent of the global silence after the Wannsee Conference in 1942, when the Nazi leadership decided on the final solution. They too understood this silence to be a green light for the murder of millions of Jews. I did everything I could to raise awareness about the horrors of October 7th, about our hostages, the fallen and murdered, and the sexual violence, you saw it, against Israeli women. I did this in every way possible, and with all means at my disposal, yes. It was a way to raise awareness, to shock, to cry out for those who cannot. When you represent the one and only Jewish country against a bloc of 56 Muslim countries that work together and exert political pressure, yes, I was left with no other choice. These actions, friends, were taken from a genuine desire to leave as much impact as possible and to change attitudes. And I know that they touched the hearts of many. I know it. I want to tell you a short story that tells you everything you need to know about the UN's approach towards Israel. At the beginning of my tenure, Israel achieved an amazing accomplishment, the Abraham Accords, an unprecedented peace agreement between Israel and 4 Arab countries. It happened 2 weeks after I arrived. During those historic days, I had my, as it's called here, courtesy call. My courtesy call with the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres to mark the beginning of my term. It was COVID, he couldn't meet with me in person. This was our first conversation ever, for those of you who think it started only after October 7th. So this was our first conversation ever, one that was supposed to be positive and welcoming. So I naively thought that the Secretary General would congratulate Israel on this momentous achievement of our pursuit of peace. After all, you know, coexistence is supposed to be the main goal of the UN. Well, I was shocked when all he had to tell me that he hoped that the Abraham Accords would not come at the expense of the Palestinian people. I have tried to project this determination and faith in every speech that I delivered, in every meeting, and during every media interview. Many times I was asked how I could come every day to work in a place that has so much hate and hypocrisy towards Israel. So I'll tell you how. It was simple. Why it was simple? Because it's easy to defend Israel, because if you know the truth and you believe in something, you proudly hold your head high, even in the face of constant criticism and attacks. I know the good that I represent, the most moral country in the world, Israel. This is why my message has always been to go on the offensive, precisely because I recognize clearly the hypocrisy of our haters and enemies and how they treat not only us, not only Jews and Israelis, but their own civilians, be it in Gaza or in Iran and any other country. We have nothing to apologize for, friends. It is a pure double standard.